It's Jordan Mulligan from the Mulliganbrothers, and today's interview highlight is with Clint Emerson. Another incredible moment from Clint's life and story that he shared with us was the moment that he remembers where he was when 9/11 happened and what that led to in his career. I think we all remember where we were at the time, and to hear it from somebody like Clint, who then had an involvement in the military, it's pretty eye-opening. We all think that it's always been this way, but from hearing it from Clint, you know, things changed after that, and this is that incredible story. Today's video was sponsored by Mulliganbrothers.com, where you can buy the Hardest Worker in the Room t-shirts and all the other t-shirts that make this possible so we can deliver this content for free. So that is linked in the description, and also you can become a channel member with the join button down below. Before that, let's jump into this incredible story with Clint Emerson.
Oh, for me, it was, there was bittersweet because I was a pre-9/11 SEAL, right? I joined the Navy in '94, right? I didn't actually become a SEAL somewhere until like 1996, 97, after all of that, you know, that checklist you have to go through. So pre-9/11, and now you're a SEAL, you're thinking, hey, we're going out doing this stuff all the time, right? No. You know, you are on standby a lot. You're going on deployments. For me, I was attached to ships. So I was out at sea for 6 months straight on a Navy vessel. But as a SEAL platoon, you don't even have a job on the ship. So you're working out a lot, and you're going out back and shooting off the fantail, you know, and you have a lot of what they call steel beach, right? Just laying out on metal. That was the extent of it. And every now and then, I certainly got lucky because the team I was on, we worked exclusively in the Middle East. So there would be a cool little recon mission, you know, watching Iraq maybe from time to time. We did a whole lot of shipboardings, you know, because at the time, Saddam was pushing a lot of stuff that was embargoed. Could be weapons, could be oil. He'd put them on these big container ships. And then our job was to go and sneak on to these ships while they're moving at night, and then take down the bridge and then tell the skipper of that big ship that, hey, this is not your boat anymore, it's ours. So it was like modern day piracy. It was awesome. Because the look on their face when you come onto that bridge and they're like, how the hell did you get here, right? Because we got balaclavas on and body armor and MP5s, and those were moments you feel real cool, but they were spread out over that whole pre-9/11 time frame. And then when 9/11 happened, then yeah, I mean, it was off to the races. And one of our more respected admirals, Admiral Olson, said it best. He goes, what used to be the op of the decade is now, after 9/11, was the op of the night, right? You were operating so much that you, I mean, SEALs generations prior missed out on all that, and it's unfortunate. There's some SEALs that all they did was train for 20 years and never got to pull the trigger in anger. And so I felt that, you know, I got very lucky with the timing, like the rest of the guys, being able to do what most careers don't have, right? The career of a SEAL, its pinnacle is war. Not many careers say, hey, yeah, the pinnacle of my career is war. But for us, it is. And so you're sitting there hoping something, right? Because that's what you've been training for. So I can't even imagine the SEALs prior to me having trained for 20 years and never got to actually go test themselves in combat. And so combat at first was kind of unheard of. Like, what do you mean? We'd been learning everything from Vietnam era SEALs, and now all of a sudden it's the real deal. And so no matter how well trained we were, there was still a very steep learning curve to actually get up to speed and actually start hitting the enemy as hard as we could. It took some time, but we got there obviously and started performing and doing a really good job operating in both rural and urban environments. 9/11 when 9/11 happened, I was crossing the Coronado Bridge in San Diego, which is, it's a big, beautiful bridge that connects San Diego City to Coronado, what they call Coronado Island, even though it's a peninsula, and that's where the SEAL teams are located. The West Coast SEAL teams are on that island. And I remember being at the apex of that bridge, and I got a phone call at the time. It was from my wife saying, "Hey, the United States is under attack." And I was like, "What? Nah." What are you talking about? And she goes, "No, it's all over the news." I'm like, "Okay." And so I get down the bridge, pull into SEAL Team 3, walk into the quarterdeck. And at that time, the quarterdeck had a small little television, and everyone was huddled around it. And I remember coming around the corner, looking over my buddy's shoulder, and at that point, the second plane had hit the second tower, right? And I saw it live right then and there. And we're all debating, like, is this just like some air traffic control mistake? It's like a clear day, not a cloud in the sky, and these planes are running into buildings, right? It was unthinkable that was being done on purpose, And obviously within hours, definitely within that day, you realize it was an act of terror. And me being at SEAL Team 3, our team focuses on the Middle East. So within, I think, 4 to 6 weeks, we had platoons deploying to Afghanistan like that. And so our SEAL team was the first into Afghanistan, and then we were also the first into Iraq. And then at that point is when the community realized, wait a minute, SEAL Team 3 can't operate all the time, everywhere in these two countries. So they started rotating the SEAL teams accordingly so that we could at least get a break and everybody get combat experience. And then, that was 2001, and then I ended up retiring in 2015. So it was a long haul of operating around the world for sure, and 9/11 was the trigger, no doubt about it. In those situations, you go in the best you can, and then probably the one thing we're really good at in special operations is lessons learned, right? As soon as you get done doing something, whether it's in training or it's real world, you immediately come together and have what we call as a hot wash. And that is, you remove all rank, you remove all experience, everybody gets in a room, and you call each other out. Hey, you fucked up. Yeah, I know I did. Sorry about that. It won't happen again. And hey, you fucked up too. Yep, I know. Okay, I'll fix that. And you go around the room, and there's a whiteboard. Everybody's writing down everything we all fucked up at. And then we go, okay, this is never going to happen again. And it doesn't matter if you've been in for 10 years, or if you're a lieutenant and I'm an E3 nothing, or you wouldn't be an E3, but an E4, E5, E6. If you're an enlisted guy or an officer, it didn't matter. You were all equal during a hot wash. You said what needed to be said. It was constructive criticism, and put it all on the whiteboard, fix your shit. Let's have a better day tomorrow, right? And that's how you handle it every single time. And so in a very short period of time, now everyone's operating full speed with minimal error, and you treat every mission as a zero fail mission, right? And once that momentum began, man, it was we were just dominating, over and over and over again. And of course, you're still humble. You still respect the element of surprise, right? Because it happens even to the best of us, and and you deal with those moments the best you can, and then just keep driving forward.
And there we go, an amazing highlight from Clint Emerson, and a huge eye-opener for me. I remember 9/11, and I was a child at the time, and obviously it shocked the world, but I think hearing it from a military guy completely changed my perspective and perception of how the whole world shifted after that event. And yeah, it was an incredible story. I can't thank Clint enough for sharing such an intimate story with us and how it changed his life as well. Clint has some amazing stories that we're trying to share on here with these highlights, but also head over to his Instagram He's got his book linked down below as well, which is all about survival. Also, follow me on Instagram at Jordan Mulliganbrother. Again, linked down below where you can find what I get up to on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, today's video was made possible with Mulliganbrothers.com, which is linked in the description, and it's the only way we make all of this possible. It's the only way we managed to fly out to Texas to go visit Clint and be able to film these projects with our film crew. So thank you so much to everybody who supported Mulligan Brothers through Mulliganbrothers.com and bought t-shirts and journals, all linked down there. So yeah, thank you very much. You can also support the channel with the join button down below. But guys, if you enjoyed the video and you want to help out, share it with somebody. Share these videos with people. It's free to do. It means that if somebody can get this piece of information or this story or this piece of inspiring information or this lesson from somebody, that it might help them make a change in their life. And that is what the Inspire Change message is all about. For us, it's about spreading the message. It's, as Tupac says, spark the mind that changes the world. You know, that's how we want to do it. So anyway, have a blessed and productive day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.